G'day guys, I'm about to start on my downtown diner modular expansion and I thought I might share a bit of the process that I usually go through with you guys. I thought I'd try something a bit different with this video and go with a bit of a build log. I'm not talking a step-by-step, brick-by-brick kind of thing. It's more like I'll build an entire bag and sort of go through my thoughts and the process and how I go about expanding it all. And yeah, just go by level and see what we end up with, and you can get a bit of insight into how my brain ticks away when I'm doing these sort of projects where you sort of veer off from the instructions a little bit than normal. So as you can see, I've got two downtown diner sets here. I'm going to open both of them and spread the parts around and get into it, have a bit of a play and see where things end up. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, here we have finished the first bag, which is the first half of the ground floor of the diner. With my expansions, I always find the bottom floor to be the slowest because getting all the spacing right so that the upper floors will work and not be wonky and mathematically work out to look good as well. I take a bit of extra time just to plan everything out. So on this side, it's very similar. I sort of built from left to right to get the spacing, and then again from right to left, working my way into the middle to see how everything would work out. And so some of the changes you can see straight away is I've put the table and chairs up the back and added an extra booth. They are normally looking at the instructions on that right wall as they walk in, but I've gone with the jukebox there now. So as you come in, you can pick your tunes and order your bacon and eggs and enjoy your own music. And just an extra table will be going in the middle. I'm still deciding how the table's going to go. I'm thinking I'll use a grey 3x3 plate with some white tiles on top just to sort of match that look. Over here in this space behind the bench, which I've expanded by one section, I could have made the grill bigger, but I thought that's a bit ridiculous, so we're going to go with either a cupboard or maybe even a drinks fridge or a utilities table, not utilities, utensils, so knives, forks and that sort of thing. You restock on your serviettes and sauces, etc. So that's where we're at now. The other thing is the glass here at the front that will be making up this part in the next lot of bags. It's going to be a bit interesting because the glass panels, the clear transparent panels, are 6 wide, and it doesn't quite fit, divided by 6. So there's going to be, I think, an extra 4 studs worth of space that I have to fill out. So I'll be using 2 wide bricks, the 5 high ones I think they are, and trying to make it sort of fit in so that it looks continuous and not get jarred all of a sudden by the change in pattern. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll play with that during the next lot of bags. So that's the ground floor, and yeah, let's get on with it. Back again real quick just to point out all the spares that were left over from the first bag. I kept some of the smaller builds, they might come in handy, but yeah, there's all the spare parts not used yet, and they won't be used, so yeah, and there's Chewy keeping an eye on me. Okie dokie, we're back after finishing bag 2, and the ground floor is finished. So a few of the things to point out, what I was talking about earlier with the panels here, I was 2 studs short width-wise of being able to fit an extra 6 wide transparent panel in. So I've got the 2 wide there and the 2 wide there, sort of bookending the 6 wides, just to try and keep that nice and continuous. I did and try a few spots. I had them in the middle at one stage, but it just broke it up a bit too much and I didn't like it. And then we've got the awning on top of the fascia here. A little bit of umming and ahhing here as well, and after some Lego math and trying a few things, I've got it how I like. I centered the diner a little bit more. In the instructions it would have started sort of there, finishing there, and then there's a bit of a space before the sort of jukebox looking front goes above that. So I've moved it off to the side a little bit, and I did try to get the word gyms in there. using those sort of dark pink parts, this being Jim's diner, but I just couldn't get it to look how I wanted it to and fit in nicely and actually look good with the limited parts I had left. Speaking of, there are plenty left over from these bags. So a whole heap of these teal parts, which I'll have to find something to do with one day, or might donate them to someone who wants to expand their diner. Yeah, so back to the build. That's about it for the front. Going inside, I did get that table done. Exactly as I sort of described earlier with the 3x3 plate. It's probably not finished. I may try a few more things. I might even try to make them look a bit like that. Rounding off both ends could be a bit of a pain, but I'll have a play with it when I have time. And I still haven't decided exactly what's going there. I'm now leaning more towards a fridge with drinks in it, because it seems like drinks might be limited here other than this sort of soft drink dispenser sort of thing. I think that's what that is anyway, and the coffee maker. Yeah, some sort of fridge with various drinks in it. I might go with that, is what I'm thinking of now. Yeah, that's about it. So ground floor is done. I'm tired and I'm gonna hit the hay, so I'll be back with what's the result of bag 3 probably tomorrow.